Okay, welcome to ANT Structural Engineering Consultancy plus tutorials. So we will be having tutorials for 18-story reinforced concrete residential building with 2 basements. So basically this is our 3D model. Then we will using NSCP 2015 for the building code analysis and design. Also ACI 318-14M. Okay, so dito sa manual na to, pakibasa na lang itong mga topics na ito. So hindi natin iisa-isahin to. Kasi na-discuss naman ito sa previous tutorials. So pupunta tayo dito sa design criteria. Okay. So bago ma-discuss itong design criteria na to, discuss ko lang muna itong step-by-step procedure using this manual. So meron tayong design criteria, material properties, dead load and live loadings, wind load parameters, earthquake load parameters. Next is basic floor plans, so sketch of initial framings, columns, and possible wall location. So may basement floor plan, ground floor plan, second floor plan, third to roof floor plan. Then we will be having initial sizes of structural elements. So napaka-importante, slab thickness. Bago ka magpo-proceed, kailangan mong ma-establish muna yung slab thickness. So before you go to design or go to modeling, so you have to establish the correct slab thickness. Kasi yung building loads natin, yung mass of the building or seismic mass is nakadependent sa slab thickness or sa dead loads. Okay. So next is beam initial section. So itong slab thickness, beam initial section, column. So initial pa lang 'yan. Pero kailangan itong slab thickness is ma-finalize mo. Itong beam and column and shear wall is you can be used as initial. And pwede mo siyang bago-baguhin pagka depende sa analysis mo. So, pwede mo siyang i-resize, pwede mong lakihan or litan. Okay. So, hanggang dito muna tayo sa initial sizes. Okay, so dito, discuss yung design criteria. Na gamitin natin dito ay RC structural elements, material design stress. So, foundation to 12 is, or let us say, foundation to roof na lang muna to. Okay, so sa modeling, gawin ko muna siyang for simplicity. Foundation to roof is 8,000. Okay. Then beams and reinforced concrete slabs is 6,000. So sa whole structure na lang muna to. Okay, mat footing 5,000 PSI or 34.5 megapascal. So ito is megapascal 55.17 tapos 42.28. So megapascal din, ito naman is PSI. So conversion ko lang yan is simply 8,000, for example, 8,000 PSI divided by 145 gives you 55.17. Okay, so divide 145 lang. Okay, next is for deformed rebars. So 10 mm and smaller is 275 megapascal or grade 40. This is grade 40 is 40,000 PSI. That is 275 megapascal. So 40,000, for example, PSI divided by 145 equals 275 megapascal. And ganun din sa grade 60. Next is loadings natin, area load. So superimposed dead load dito. So yung dead load natin na weight of the structure is concrete, that is 23.54 kilonewton per cubic meter yung concrete. So let's say 24 na lang, 24 kilonewton per cubic meter. So ito sa 50 mm concrete floor topping, let's say 24 concrete ito times 0.05 meter equals 1.2 kPa. So 1.2 kPa yung 50 mm concrete floor topping. So that is conversion mo sa kilogram para mas ma-appreciate mo siya. So yung 1.2 kPa times ng 100 will gives you 120 kilograms per square meter. So mabigat na itong 50 mm concrete floor topping, 120 kilograms. Okay, next, mechanical duct allowance 0.2, waterproofing membrane 0.05 kPa, so gives you 1.45 kPa total for the parking and driveway. So sa basement ito, basement 1. Okay, basement 1. Kasi yung basement 2 natin is, let's say, same pa din dito, pero nasa mat footing yung isa ay yung basement 2, iloload natin yung sa mat footing. Ito naman sa basement 1 is sa basement 1 suspended slab. Okay, next, sa ground floor, retail and store, meron kang 6.1 kPa total. So, 50 mm concrete, floor topping, mechanical duct allowance, suspended steel channel sealing system. So, sa ground floor, natin, meron ding waterproofing and meron ng partition na 150 CHB allowance, 3.11 kPa times 4 yung height niya divided by tributary width na 3 meters. So, in-assume ko lang ito na every 3 meters sa ground floor merong partition na CHB. Kasi ano siya, retail and store. So, pwedeng mas magaan yung gawing partition. Pwede namang mas mabigat or CHB na lang ang sasabihin or ang i-allowed natin. Kaya ito yung loadings na i-consider natin. So, area load ito. 3.11 kPa times 4 meter, ito yung height ng CHB wall, divided by tributary width na 3 meters. So let's say i-spread natin ito sa buong ground floor. So we will have 6.1 kPa total. Next is sa second floor, meron tayong amenity area. So ganun pa rin, ang madadagdag lang ay tiles na 25 kilograms per square meter. So that is 0.25 kPa. So 2.2 ang value natin sa superimposed dead load ng swimming pool. Next sa pool deck, is ito yung sa tabi ng swimming pool. Doon pa rin sa second floor amenity area. So meron tayong stone pavers na 50 mm over concrete topping. Okay. Then we have 3.2 kPa total. And sa second floor pa rin, amenity area, dun sa paligid ng swimming pool, meron kang planters. Let's say 0.8 planters with, so sa perimeter. So meron tayong, ang nalagdag lang dito is yung soil. So meron kang mga lupa doon kasi may nakatanim. Let's say 300 mm yung thickness ng lupa. So 18 kilonewton per cubic meter gamma wet. So gives you 5.4 kPa. So a total of 7.35 kPa. Okay, next is residential for second floor up to 18th floor. So ito yung breakdown. Tiles, concrete fill finish, 0.023 kPa per mm thickness. So 50 mm times 0.023 kPa, so gives you 1.15 kPa. So ito naman is concrete fill finish ito. Mas magaan ito sa concrete. Yung concrete natin is 24 or 23.54 times 0.05. So 1.2 kPa siya. So ito mas magaan ito. Concrete fill finish ito. So hindi nabuhos yan. Okay, so 2.1 tayo sa residential occupancy. Next, sa roof deck naman, ito yung buhos na naman to, 70 mm concrete floor topping sloping. So 24 times 0.07 gives you 1.68. Then will give you 2.5 kPa total roof deck superimposed dead load. So dito tayo sa line load. So before we go to the line load, meron tayong reference from NECP 2015 table 204-2 minimum design dead loads in kPa. So ito yung concrete fill finish per mm. Then ito naman yung concrete masonry units. So let's say 150 mm thickness, then 2.63 kPa siya. Tapos unplastered dito. Then add 0.24 kPa for each phase for the plastered. Okay, so dito na tayo sa line load. For second floor, line load for CHB wall 150 mm thick with plaster both side for perimeter of the residential area. Height of 150 mm thick CHB wall. So let us have 3.2 floor to floor height 3.2 meter minus 0.8 meter. So ito yung beam depth. Then ito yung 2.6 yung height of CHB wall. Then unit weight niya is 2.63 plus plaster 0.24 each phase. So gives you 3.11 kPa. Then we will be having line load 3.11 kPa times 2.6 meter. This is in kPa. Times mo ng meter, 2.6, so give you 8.1 kilonewton per meter. So 8.1 times 100 will gives you 810 kilogram per meter. So malaki yung loadings na ito. Mabigat itong CHB na to. 810 kilogram per meter. Then interior partition of residential, the same 150 thickness. Then the same yung height. Parapet wall of full perimeter area at second floor. So 1.2 height will give you 4, and parapet wall of roof deck perimeter area is 4 kilonewton per meter. So okay na tayo dito sa dalawa. Next is wind load parameters and earthquake loads parameter. Okay, so ito yung live load. Live load natin is minimum. Reference natin sa NECP. Parking and driveway, we will have 4.8. So ito 4.8. Then lobbies and ground floor, 4.8 or ground floor ko ay retail in the store. Okay. Yan. Okay, 4.8. Adult pool, so 1.5 meter depth, so 15. So let's say yung water is 9.81. So gawin na natin 10. Kaya 1.5 times 10. And kid pool is 6. So 0.6 times 10. Then pool deck is 4.8. Stair and residential corridors, live load 4.8. Residential live load 1.9. Roof deck live is 1.9. Then sa ESCE naman ito, typical live loads statistics. So residential, ito halos nasa 1.9 din ito. Then sa NECP is residential basic floor area 1.9. Okay. Next is wind load. So meron tayong sample site location, Dasma Cavite. Consider wind speed at 3 second gust factor is 260 kilonewton per 260 kilometer per hour. Then wind speed is 162 mile per hour. Ito yung input sa ETABS. Exposure category C. Importance factor 1. Wind load calculation based on NECP 2015 adapted procedure from ASCE 7-10. Okay. So, ito naman yung mga inputs or ito yung mga snip excerpt from the code. So, ito lang yung gagamitin nating ito lang i-apply natin sa ETABS. Case 1 lang. So, 100% yung wind pressure sa X and Y direction. So, ito lang na case 1. Ito, full design wind pressure acting on projected area perpendicular to each principal axis of the structure. considered separately along each principal axis. So, ito is automatic itong calculations na to sa ASCE 7-10 or NACP. Pero dito sa exercise natin, ito lang na case 1 ang gagamitin natin. So, along X and along Y lang. Next, sa earthquake parameters, sample site location is Dasma Cavite, importance factor 1, special occupancy. So, CNECP, for occupancy categories. Then, structural system, dual system, shear wall, and moment resisting frame. So, refer to NECP 2015 to 08.4.6, reduction of base shear factor, ductility factor. So, refer to this. Story range of earthquake is from ground floor to roof deck. Eccentricity ratio 5%. So, refer to this. So, time period calculation for the design, method B. So, ito yung time period na to, yung method A and method B is for the design yon. Okay, yung time period sa drape is for the actual behavior of the structure. So, yung punta tayo dun sa fundamental period niya. Yun sa model analysis. Doon tayo kukuha ng time period sa seismic drift checking. Sample soil investigation. So, kasi mat foundation tayo, so, ibig sabihin ay maganda yung lupa or yung site location, maganda yung soil. So, soil type C. So, refer to this or refer for the soil investigation report. Conclusion, seismic source type A. So, refer to this. Section 8.4.2. Then, seismic zone factor is zone 4. High seismic zone. Okay, refer to this one. Distance to source. So, 6.1 kilometer per soil report recommendation. Okay, next is seismic near source factor. ETABS gives this value whatever distance is. So, pag nag-input ka ng distance, nito, ibigay sa'yo ito ng ETABS na. Kasi ano to, naka-default na ito sa naka-default na siya, naka-program na siya sa ETABS, yung UBC 1997. So, hindi mo na kailangan mag-interpolate. Pero, pwede ka naman mag-interpolate to verify. So, refer to this one of NECP kung gusto mo siya i-interpolate. Ito yung value niya. NA is 1.156 and NB is 1.512. Then, CA and CV is 0.44 ng NA and 0.64 ng NB. So, we'll give you 0.4624 and 0.8467. So, mataas itong value na to ng acceleration. 0.46 G. 0.46 G ito. Kasi, medyo malapit ka sa source. Actually, wala naman nakakaalam ng source talaga ng earthquake. Pero based sa statistics, meron ng mga source doon. Or the geotechnical investigation, seismic report will give to you. Okay, so next is foundation system. Let's say from geotechnical soil report, mat footing, use matte footing. So this is their recommendation. At basement 2, depth of 8 meters below the ground. Net soil bearing capacity is 500 kPa. Then factor of safety for dead load and live load is 2.5. Allowable settlement is 25 mm. So soil spring SBC times soil bearing capacity divided by allowable soil settlement. So 500 kPa divided by 0.025 meter gives you 20,000 kilonewton per cubic meter spring. So area spring. So for example, ito yung site location, distance to fault line. Okay. Ito yung so tapos na tayo dito sa design criteria. Then dito tayo sa basic floor plans. So basement, let's say this is the basement. Yan. Parking ito. So meron kang driveway, meron kang parking. Basement 1 and 2. Next, ground floor. So ito yung itong part na to is papunta sa basement ito. Pababa, galing sa kalsada. Then ito naman yung entrance papunta sa loob ng building. So ito yung mga store. Ito naman yung retails area. Then elevator ito. Then may stair ka dito. Left and right. Okay, ground floor plan yan. Next, sa second floor. So ito pa rin, stair. Then core wall or elevator core. Tapos meron kang adult pool, kid pool. So itong, let's say yun nandito sa gilid is planters. Tapos ito naman yung pool deck. Ito, yung may pavers, stone. Kasi ano siya, bigat yung superimposed load natin dito. Okay, next is balikan ko nga pala. Itong sa ground floor na to, kasi in-spread ko yung dito, yung SDL niya. So let's say may gagawing mga partition dito. So kaya nilagyan ko siya ng partition load ng CHB 4 meters height. Ginawa ko siyang area load. So nandun pa rin ako sa safe side, niload ko siya. Okay, kaya kung gawin sa actual, okay lang. And kung gawin sa actual is mas magaan, it's okay. Next is, dito tayo sa ito sa second floor, meron pa rin tayo dito ng residential area. Ito, second floor. Next, dito naman sa third floor to 18th floor is typical residential hallway ito. Okay. Then, sa roof is ganito na lang din. So, ito yung ETABS model, 3D. So, mapansin nyo, iba yung core wall dito. May wall dito sa dalawa dito. So, I did a trial and I simply observe the behavior of the building. And after sa analysis ko, ganito lang ang naging shear wall dyan. Ito. So, hindi ko kailangan yung dalawa doon. At hindi ko rin kailangan yung nandito ang shear wall. Saka yung nandito, hindi ko kailangan siya. Okay. So, ito yung mga sizes. Ito, predetermined ko na to kasi okay. Meron tayong sizes dito. Ito na yung next natin na mga sizes. So, this is the first tutorial. So, next is yung initial sizes tayo. Okay?